My name is Besson. I'm founder, owner and operator of ttaautoguide.com. TT Auto Guide is Trinidad and Tobago's first and only automotive consumer guide. It's a website and trader magazine that allows people to easily find a new car, where they're able to search and compare new car prices, reviews and technical specs. This is strictly for brand new cars. What we do is we have all the prices and specs of all the new cars in Trinidad and Tobago. They are categorized into different makes and models and also categorized by dealership. So say for example, you were looking for an SUV, you could go and search all the SUVs in Trinidad. I only registered the company in May of 2016 and really got it off the ground in June. So we've only been around for 2 months. But we've had, a really phenomenal reaction from the general public and from the dealerships as well. It was born strictly out of necessity. I went on a trip to Miami where I drove all these nice cars and saw all these nice new cars, and came back and jumped in my little 10-year-old pickup and was like, nah. And that led me to start looking for a new car. And I realized I was bouncing from 10 different websites, trying to call all the dealerships, taking days off work to go and look at all these cars. And I just kind of said to myself, I said, well, Aaron, you're really into cars and you're kind of all right at building websites. I think it's time that you kind of marry the two and build a tool that allowed everybody to do this easily. I think the biggest challenges for any startup, any entrepreneur, any small business is, well, of course, overcoming the fear of failure. I think a lot of the time people overthink, and before they even get started, they talk themselves out of it. And I think a lot of the time it's using that fear as fuel for the fire, turning that fear into positive motivation, turning all the people who are telling you can't do it into I can do it, and more so into I will do it. And I think my main challenges right now are scaling the business, being able to delegate responsibility and let go of control. I think a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners and founders, I think it's done out of a sense of control of wanting to produce a better product or just do better at your job. So a lot of the times when you get staff on board, it's very hard to let go of that control and that quality, that what you think is that sense of quality control. To kind of delegate responsibility and say, okay, well, this is your part now, run with it. I think my favorite part of being an entrepreneur in my specific business is that I really love cars. Everybody who's ever known me knows that Aaron is really into cars. So this was a perfect way of taking what I did before, which was web development and social media management and that kind of stuff, and blending it with my hobbies and passion and interests. So I guess my favorite part of all this now is I'm doing something that I really enjoy every day. I own it, so I'm able to be as creative as I want and implement changes on the fly and have the control that I really enjoy having with a product or with a business. Well, I think with any business you should understand that you shouldn't be comfortable at just growing to a certain level and staying there. You should always have goals that sort of surpass the goal you had before. So, right now my primary goal is just to provide a tool for everybody to be able to find new cars online. But my long-term goal is to really become Trinidad and Tobago's largest automotive network. I want to be the consumer guide for everything automotive. So if you're looking for a new car, you check TT Auto Guide. If you are looking for a car loan, you check TT Auto Guide. If you're looking for financing, you check TT Auto Guide. I want to be the one-stop shop for everything automotive. I think, thinking back, this is things I would have told myself. Definitely build a business plan before you start. I think what a lot of young entrepreneurs and young small business people do is they start the business and then reach the point where they need financing, or they're looking for venture capital, or they're just looking for some sort of support, and there's no real business plan. There's no set goals, there's no set budget, there's no revenue plan, there's no projections of revenue and that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of the time, even if it's just a couple pages, putting pen to paper, setting goals for yourself for the business, I think it definitely gives you a target to aim for, and it makes things seem a lot more achievable, because just having all these wild dreams and ideas in your mind and thinking that, all right, I want to be successful. It's a lot easier to say, all right, I want to have $100,000 of revenue within 3 months and really work towards that number rather than just saying, I want to be successful, because you've given yourself no real target there. I think when I got into it, like everybody else, you think you have all this free time and you're able to sort of be your own boss. But what I found out is that you're really on your client's time. And being your own boss and being an entrepreneur, you find yourself working all the time. Inspiration comes in the weirdest places and at the most awkward times. So you might be hanging out with some friends, or you may be lying down in bed at 2 o'clock in the morning and you suddenly come up with a solution to a problem you have. And you know, I mean, it really takes up a lot of your time. My challenge in Trinidad and Tobago, I guess, would be for young entrepreneurs is not to conform to the regular 9 to 5. Don't think that you have to work in a cubicle every day to succeed. Don't think that competition is bad. Sometimes starting up a business in a sea of competition is a great thing, especially if you have a niche service that your competitors don't have.